Well, I think that you're going to see a rapid maturation of the technology. So there have been announcements by multiple exchanges recently that they're going to up their game, and they seem to be focused, I think, in the wrong place, but they're focused on attracting high frequency trading and making their technology better. That is not a bad thing to do. When I say focus in the wrong place, I don't mean that they shouldn't do that. I mean, because clearly they do need to, but I think that they need to get that basic plumbing in place. But if you think about it, what will happen today, you have exchanges throughout the crypto sphere. There's like 6 in the United States that trade US dollar Bitcoin, for example, and all 6 of them have varying platforms. Now in New York State, you can't even trade on all 6 of them because they have the BIT license, and so we have all sorts of sort of irregularities. The reality is, in our software, you can see this. The best bid at any one time is almost always 98 to 99% of the time higher than the best offer is on those same 6 exchanges. And so the markets are what we call crossed. Now, you can't make money on that because the other really interesting thing about the crypto arena is that the bid offer spreads are unbelievably tight while the fees are actually rather generous. So what does that mean? That means that in Bitcoin, any one period of time, the spread might be on a given exchange a penny or so, even though it's an $8,000 instrument. But the fees range from 10 to 20 some odd basis points, which is going to be between 8 to 15 to 16, maybe even as high as $20. That is well over 1,000 times the average bid offer spread. So when the fees are larger than the spread, you have a market structure that's going to be very different than equities, where the fees are a fraction of the spread. Now, the spreads are smaller in crypto and the fees are wider. Will that change over time? I'm not going to predict when. Clearly it will change over time, but it means it's something different. So you have differences in the way things work. So what that means is it's harder to know which exchange to trade on. You have to be fee sensitive when you're doing that. So rules that are prescriptive like Reg NMS don't have any place in crypto, but understanding best execution, on the other hand, now that matters. Because the other big feature of exchanges today is they ignore each other, which, by the way, is a terrible thing for institutions. So that's what motivated us to build CoinRoutes in the first place. We noticed that exchanges ignored each other. Now, it's better than it used to be. In December, for example, there were literally in Bitcoin several $1,000 differences where one exchange might trade here and another exchange might be offering here. And people made many unfortunate mistakes as a result. Now that hasn't happened in a while. Those sorts of things, if they happen in the equity markets, would cause double-digit million-dollar fines. In the crypto markets, there's no regulator, so it's not a fine. But institutions look at that and they go, well, wait a minute. I don't want to be trading like that. So one of the things that needs to happen is more smart order routing, kind of like what we do, and more cognizance of what the process is. So I think you're going to see that in the exchange space.